So today I'm sharing some of the worst makeup products I've tried recently. I test out a lot of makeup and sometimes I do like big reviews where I share like the best and the worst. Today we're just focusing on the worst. I feel like there have been so many good launches in 2023 so far, a ton of great drugstore options, but inevitably there will be products that just don't work for me, things I don't recommend. I mean, the typical obvious disclaimer is, of course, these products could work for you if you have a different skin type or different preferences. But honestly, I feel like some of these are just poor quality products or even like mediocre products. Because there are so many options these days, I hope to steer you in the direction of like the best, highest quality products and not products that are okay for the price. Because I don't feel like you have to settle for something just because it's $5. Like there are amazing products that are $5. So anyway, these are some of the recent products that just didn't work for me. I don't like them. I don't recommend them. I will list some alternatives in the description box in case you're looking for something kind of similar that I do recommend in place of these products. I always try to find a drugstore option and a high-end option if applicable, but let's jump into it and talk about some makeup fails. Let's start with this one. This is the Pacifica Activist Volume Mascara. I think I picked this up during Black Friday. I grabbed a few products from Pacifica and I had heard some good things about this. It has pretty good reviews online. So again, it could work for you. It's expensive for a drugstore mascara. It's $16. It does come in like this luxurious, beautiful glass bottle, which I don't know if I've ever gotten a mascara in a glass bottle before, but it definitely looks and feels very, very luxurious. The wand is nice. It's like a curved wand, and I thought that it would actually work really well for me based on the type of mascara wands I usually like, but this really didn't do anything for my lashes. It just looks really natural on my lashes, but not natural in a good way. Like a natural mascara that I like, or something that looks natural, would be like the Merit Beauty mascara or the e.l.f. Lash and Roll. Like both of those are a little bit more natural, a little bit more subtle. This one looks natural in the way that I like applied a very light coat of mascara and it just didn't do anything for me. I don't have great natural lashes. I've said that a million times. If you do have really good natural lashes and you don't need a ton of help, maybe you'll enjoy this. But again, if that's the case, I can't imagine you would want to spend $16 on a mascara when you can get a good option for like $6 or $7. I also feel like this formula kind of weighs my lashes down. Like it feels very heavy on the lashes, even though it's hard to build up. I feel like I don't apply a lot of it to my lashes and they're still kind of weighed down. So I'm just personally not a fan of this. I didn't have any issues with it flaking or smudging. They do describe it as a washable mascara, so it does remove easily. And I've noticed that a lot of mascaras I've tried lately are very difficult to remove. So I like the fact that it does come off easily at the end of the night, but it just doesn't do anything for me. And there are just so many good mascaras out there that I wouldn't really recommend spending the $16 on this one. But again, it does have really good reviews on Ulta's website, so maybe check out the reviews and see if it sounds like it would work for you. It just unfortunately didn't work for me. I do have another mascara fail, unfortunately. This is the Essence Lash Like a Boss. So I do like the formula of this mascara. I just feel like it doesn't work well with the brush. The brush is just too big for me personally. If you like a super large mascara brush, then you might enjoy this because I know there are people who do. But I feel like because of the shape of this, along with the fact that it is so large, like the bristles are very thick, it just doesn't apply the product very well. I can get there. Like I can build up the volume and the length to some extent, but it takes a lot of effort. It is a little bit of a wet formula, so I feel like I just end up getting it all over my lashes because it doesn't dry down quickly and the wand is so big. And I think I said this in a previous video where I talked about this. I don't really even have small eyes. So I feel like if your eyes are smaller than mine and you kind of have trouble with mascaras or maybe you have hooded eyes, this would be even more difficult to use. So I like the formula. I feel like it stays in place well, and I feel like with the right brush, it would actually build so nicely and look really dramatic. But it's too much effort to use this. It's so messy, and I feel like I just have a hard time applying it to my lashes. Do you guys ever switch the brushes in your mascaras? I feel like that's something I always want to do because sometimes I'll try a formula and I love it, but I feel like the brush doesn't work well with the formula. I don't know, I'm kind of tempted to take like an older, after I finish up one of my Lash Princess mascaras, I'm tempted to take the brush from one of those and try using it with this formula because I feel like it's a really good formula. It's just the brush. I wanted to talk about this product from Tower 28. I love Tower 28. I feel like every product I've tried from them has been amazing. I don't know that I've tried all of their products, but I like their tinted moisturizer, their cream blushes, their lip glosses. Like that's my favorite product from them. But this product just did not work for me. I don't really understand it. So these are available at Sephora now. I don't think they were available at Sephora when I first tried them, so I didn't really hear anyone talking about them. But I feel like I've seen these on social media, so I wanted to share my thoughts on them in case you were considering them. These are the one-liners. So this is like an eyeliner, lip pencil, cheek product all in one. And I think because they formulated it or created it with all three in mind, it doesn't really seem to perform well in any one category. I think the best use of this product is as a lip liner. It's a very smooth, creamy formula, so I think it glides on well. It feels very comfortable throughout the day. It doesn't completely dry down, so I would say if you're looking for a lip liner to really extend the wear of your lipstick, this is not going to be ideal. If you just want something very comfortable under like your Tower 28 gloss, it does feel really nice on the lips. But because it doesn't dry down, I don't think it's ideal as an eyeliner. It's going to smudge and smear all over the place. I feel like the wooden pencil format is just not something I would ever really think to use on my cheeks. As a bronzer, a contour, or a blush, you would have to use so much product and you would just end up like scribbling all over your cheek to get the amount of product on there that you want. And then it just doesn't blend out well because you basically scribbled all over your cheek. It's hard to really blend that and get like a seamless, smooth look. So I don't like using these on my cheeks. I feel like the formula is creamy enough. If it was in different type of packaging, like a larger, even like a crayon type packaging, it would be a little bit more ideal. And then there's the whole question of like, is it really hygienic or ideal to use your lip liner on your eyes? I know there are products that are kind of marketed as like all-in-ones that you can use on the lips, the eyes, the cheeks, but there's just something about using like a wooden pencil on my lips and then using on my eye or using it on my eye that doesn't really make sense to me. So I would say, you know, skip over these unless you're just purchasing them as a lip liner and you want like that creamy smooth application. I feel like the 3-in-1 is kind of gimmicky and it doesn't really make sense for this type of product. While we're on the topic of lip products, let me share my thoughts on this. I think I got this as I want to say I got it as my birthday gift from Sephora last year. It came with a gloss and a mini mascara. I've tried to fall in love with this for some reason, like over and over. Every single time I wear it, I want to love it, but I just don't. It's from Ilia. It is the Balmy Gloss Tinted Lip Oil, and I have the shade Only You. I feel like part of the issue is this isn't really like my ideal shade. It's kind of like a light pink, and normally I don't wear shades like this. I kind of wonder if I had it in like a nude, if that would be a little bit more ideal, like a lighter nude, even a deeper nude. It's really pretty. It definitely has a sheen to it. I mean, I would say it really is like the perfect mix between a lip balm and a lip gloss and a lip oil. But at the same time, like that sounds like the type of product I would love, but I just don't love this one. It looks a little bit streaky on my lips. I feel like there's not enough color and there's also too much color at the same time. Like if I'm just wearing this on its own, it ends up looking streaky. If I'm wearing it over a lip liner, I can make it work, but it just doesn't last because it does have like that lip oil feel to it too. So I have to end up reapplying it multiple times throughout the day. I think the issue with this product is every time I wear it, I want something that feels more like a true lip gloss because it has a good amount of color to it. I think there are people who would enjoy this because it is a very comfortable lip product, but you just have to reapply it so quickly. Like it does not last on the lips at all. On top of that, it has such a strong taste to it. It's kind of like a mix between, I want to say like plastic and citrus. So every time I'm wearing it, I just don't like the fact that it tastes kind of off. So anyway, I'm not saying everyone would hate this. There is a possibility you would like it, but it's $25. So for me, I don't like it. I'm glad that I had like a sample to try out because if I had purchased it, I definitely would have been disappointed by it. Essence has launched a ton of products recently and I've actually enjoyed a lot of them. They have like this new smoothing primer I really like, but I did pick up their Hydro Hero primer and this just did not work for me. It feels good when you initially apply it. It definitely has like a little bit of a runny texture to it, so it kind of feels like a almost serum type primer or maybe like a daily moisturizer. It's very lightweight, so it does sink in quickly, but once this product dries down, it doesn't feel hydrating on the skin. Like there are no long-lasting hydrating benefits from it, even though it does claim to provide you with 48 hours of hydration. I definitely think it's more of like a surface level product. So it feels like you're applying a moisturizer, but not a moisturizer that really has any, you know, intense skincare benefits. It does have a very strong scent. They say that it has hyaluronic acid and cucumber extract. Like it definitely smells like cucumbers. It's a very fresh scent, which isn't unpleasant, but it's super noticeable. The other issue is I feel like when I wear this, my foundation does not wear well throughout the day, which is strange because once it dries down, like it doesn't feel like it's really changing the texture of my skin at all. Like it doesn't feel like it would really mess up my foundation, but my foundation breaks apart when I wear this product. Kind of like when I apply like a super slippery base and my foundation doesn't settle down, like that's what it does on this product. So I don't know if there is like an ingredient in here. I mean, the second ingredient is silica, I just realized, which is weird because it doesn't feel like primers that contain a high amount of silica in them. But I guess maybe that's why my makeup doesn't last. That's the answer right there. So I would recommend skipping over this one. They do have a really good primer that's like light blue. It comes in a dropper, a serum. I can never remember the name, but that one's a really good hydrating option. I also really like the Watermelon Glow one. That one's really affordable and that one's great too. I wanted to share an update on this product because when I first tried it, I said I loved it and I did recommend it to people who have like very oily skin. But I feel like it is such a finicky product. Like I have to pair this with the exact right primer and the exact right powder. Otherwise, it does not look good on my skin at all. And I mean, it's kind of obvious that not every complexion product is going to work well with every single primer and every single powder. But I feel like in the case of this product, like it doesn't work well with most. I have to find the exact right base. For me, it's usually like the Catrice Smoothing Primer. That does a great job, and other mattifying bases. But because this is such a matte product, I feel like I would prefer to pair it with something more hydrating or more glowy to kind of balance it out. When I do pair it with a glowy base, like the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, or even like the e.l.f. Woe Glow Sunscreen, this product just breaks apart and it does not last on my skin. It's so strange. I just feel like I'm having such a difficult time with it. And when I first tried it, I was using like a lot of my go-to products and it did look good, but because it does dry down and it looks so matte on the skin, it does have a tendency to enhance any dryness. And I am dealing with dryness this winter a little bit, like around my nose. So inevitably, like 9 times out of 10 when I wear it, if I'm trying new products underneath and on top, it just doesn't look good. I've heard a lot of people give this like a very negative review, and I think unless you have oily skin, it's not going to be ideal for you because it does dry down and it looks very matte. It looks super smooth on the skin if you prep your skin right, and it does have that blurred effect. It's very easy to use. You can blend it in with your fingers. I'm not going to get rid of it yet because I feel like during the summertime, in like July when it's so hot and my skin is oily, it could be a really ideal option. But I feel like it's just kind of like a tricky product. It doesn't work all the time. And that's kind of frustrating to me because when I'm applying my makeup, like I just want it to perform well, especially like a quick, easy product like this. So I just kind of wanted to share a little bit of an update. I do regret buying this just because I don't always want to reach for it because it takes so much work to make it look good. When it looks good, it really looks good, but it's just not something that I feel like I can throw on and go. Another complexion product that just doesn't look good on my skin is this one from Covergirl. It is the Clean Invisible Loose Setting Powder. I have the shade 105 Translucent Fair. So first of all, I don't love this packaging. I know that I've talked about this in other videos, but when you like pop this top off, it doesn't even screw on. It just like pops on and off. I feel like it gets very, very messy. Like there's product in the cap, and unless you use it all and put it back into place, it ends up getting everywhere. The powder itself looks really good when you initially apply it to the skin. It's not overly mattifying. It actually gives your skin like a very natural finish, which is really, really pretty, but it looks very cakey pretty quickly. And I feel like throughout the day as I wear it, like it just feels heavy. My base looks so bad. And wherever I applied this powder, like the makeup is there, but it just looks heavy. It's definitely not like a super lightweight powder at all. It feels like a thicker, heavier powder. So I don't know. I don't know that there would be anyone who I would really recommend this to, because I feel like I don't know, most people just don't want a powder to look powdery. If you're someone, I guess, who doesn't mind like why would you really want like a heavy cakey look though? I was going to say like if you don't mind a heavy cakey look, maybe you would like this, but who wants a heavy cakey look? I feel like no one wants that. So I just don't recommend this powder. I feel like there are so many good powders out there, a ton of options that look a little bit more natural and lightweight and soft, but don't give you like that super heavy look. Also, when you wear makeup on top of this, it doesn't go on nicely. Like if you're wearing any sort of product other than like a very smooth powder product, it looks very, very heavy. Another product that looks really heavy on my skin is this blush from Essence. I'm sad. I want to love this. I'll swatch it for you because it's really pretty on the skin. Like it gives you this gorgeous, glowy, luminous finish, but it's such a heavy product. Again, it just looks really cakey, very, very quickly. Like even that quick swatch, there's just too much product. It almost feels like you're applying like a lipstick to the cheeks. Like it's just a little bit thicker. So it does stay in place well. It is pretty long wearing for a cream blush, and it looks pretty. Like it definitely has that natural luminous glow to it without being too intense, but it's just too heavy. Even if you go in with a small amount, even if you blend it out with a sponge, even if you just kind of like tap it in with your fingers, it kind of stays where you initially apply it, and it's hard to blend it out. And if you're really working to blend it out, I feel like it moves the foundation underneath around. This also has a very strong scent. It's like a watermelon fruity scent, which smells good, but if you're sensitive to scents, I would skip over it for that reason too. So I wanted to love it. I would just recommend going with their new baked, what are they called? Like the Pure Nude baked blushes instead. Those look so good. Honestly, I feel like this product kind of destroyed my hair, and I'm not even trying to be dramatic. I feel like my hair was in such bad shape after using this product, and honestly, I didn't even realize that it was causing like so much damage until it was too late. So I feel like it's kind of on the mend now because I cut this out a little while ago. When was I using this? Like back in December, I want to say. My hair was so dry. Like it completely dried my hair out, and then it was breaking. I was just sitting here the one day and I noticed that my hair like kind of had like a little bit of a knot in it. So I went to like comb it out, and like this much of my hair just broke off. Even though I've dealt with dryness in the past, it's never been that brittle. And it's this product, I swear, it just completely dried my hair out. It's the Pacifica Coconut Milk Detangle Elixir. I, again, did not realize at the time when I was using this that it wasn't ideal. Like, I didn't love the way that it felt in my hair. I felt like it detangled my hair well, but it kind of left like a little bit of a film on my hair even after I blow dried it. And that's really like the reason why I stopped using it. And then afterwards, I realized that it was just drying my hair out so badly. I really don't recommend picking this up. I know some of you guys said that you had a really bad experience with it too. I think I've heard some people say they like it. It's so weird how beauty products work so differently for different people. And I know we all have different tastes and preferences, but I'm just shocked at how badly this dried my hair out. I don't know that you would experience damage to like the same extent, but I'm telling you, I'm like so upset that I tried this for so long and didn't put it together sooner that it was just bad for my hair, because I feel like I'm still dealing with the effects of it. Okay, I tried this product from Kaja. This is the Wink Lash Trio. It comes with 3 different mascaras for $30. They kind of magnetize together and they form like this little cylinder. You can take them apart easily and use them separate or together. It sounds like a good idea in theory to have 3 different formulas that you can use alone or together, but I just don't find that any of the 3 formulas are really that great. So I feel like they don't do anything for my lashes. First of all, it does come with a clear, which they say you can use as a primer or you can use for your brows. I just don't ever really end up reaching for this one because it doesn't really do anything for my lashes or my brows. There is a volumizing formula. This is the one that I probably like the best, but I just don't find that it is really any better than like my favorite drugstore volumizing mascaras. And then the last one is a lengthening mascara. Again, same thing with this one. I feel like it doesn't necessarily make my lashes look super long. Combined together, the volumizing and the lengthening mascara make your lashes look okay, but it's not anything mind-blowing. Again, I feel like in theory, it makes sense to have a couple of different formulas together, and you can always like take your favorite with you on the go. But I feel like mascara is something that I do end up replacing fairly regularly. Like I go through mascara kind of quickly because I really like to apply it. And you know, it is maybe more ideal to replace your mascara every few months instead of hanging on to it for a really long time. So because of that, I feel like this is also kind of wasteful. Like I can't imagine replacing this every few months. It just feels like there's a lot of plastic involved in this mascara type of packaging, and the actual formulas aren't great, and it's $30. For $30, I can get like 4 of my favorite mascaras from the drugstore, splurge on a high-end mascara I really love that kind of is like an all-in-one, instead of using like 3 mediocre formulas. Honestly, I really wanted to like this product. I have used it so many times, like just trying to fall in love with it because it does feel pretty good on the lips, but it just has it has too many cons for me personally. This is from Well People. It is the Lip Nurture Hydrating Balm. First of all, this is a very thick formula. It takes a lot of effort to actually squeeze it out of the tube. And then once it's out of the tube, you have to really like work it into your lips to really melt it on there. So it's not a very easy product to apply. Once it's on the lips, it does feel really good. So that's why I'm kind of torn, because it feels very balmy, very, very hydrating, but it ends up looking a little bit streaky. These definitely have more pigment to them than I thought they would. So because of that, I feel like my lips end up looking like it's not enough pigment to like fully cover the lips, but it's more than like a sheer lip gloss or a lip oil. Maybe kind of similar to that Ilia lip balm. So I just feel like it kind of enhances any dryness, it settles into fine lines. It doesn't look great, even though it does feel good. It has such a strange scent. Like it's a mix between citrus and mint, and there's like maybe like a little bit of a medicinal quality in there as well. It's just so strange and so intense. Like you can smell it the entire time it's on your lips. I don't like these, but I could see how somebody might. Like maybe the clear one would be ideal. But again, you have that very strong scent to keep in mind. The last thing I wanted to share in today's video are the LA Girl Stellar Ink Foil Liners. I really wanted to love these. I love LA Girl's metallic pencil liners. So I do recommend those, but I don't recommend these. First of all, they dry out so quickly. I've worn the shade Sunbeam a few different times, and I feel like now when I use it, like sometimes it works, but sometimes it's a little bit streaky. I have to store them upside down and like really shake them, but like that went on kind of smoothly, and if you like really press, it comes out smoothly. But if you're applying it to your eyelid, it just kind of like skips across the eye. So I do feel like this ran out fast. On top of that, they don't show up that well if you're wearing any sort of shimmer or metallic shadow. If you're wearing like a fully matte shadow or you don't wear eyeshadow, you're going to have better luck with these because they do kind of show up a little bit better on bare skin or on top of a matte shadow. But I do love my shimmers and metallic shadows, so I don't think they're ideal for me in that way. But like I said, they also run out very, very quickly, so I don't recommend them for that reason. I thought maybe it was just like the two lighter shades that didn't show up well, but I was on Ulta's website reading the reviews because I always read reviews online. I watch YouTube reviews, I watch TikTok reviews, but I think it's interesting to see what, you know, people who purchase the product are saying, like just regular everyday consumers as well. And I feel like a lot of people said the same things I did, and then people who tried the darker shades said it was the same case. So I don't even recommend trying the darker shades. I would say just stick with their pencil liners. Or if there is like another brand that makes metallic liquid liners you love, I would love to know, because I feel like this is a fun way to add like a pop to the eyes other than eyeshadow. And I'm always looking for just like fun eyeliners because I think that is another way I'll sometimes incorporate color or just something a little bit different. So please let me know if you have an alternative, but in the meantime, I'll just be using their pencil liners. Okay, that's everything I wanted to share with you in today's video. I know it was a little bit of a negative video, but I do feel like it is important to share products that don't work for me because I share so many products I love, so many recommendations. I also want to make sure I'm sharing products on the other end and products that I just didn't like, and sometimes just poor quality products that I don't think are worth the money. So I hope today's video was at least helpful for you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll see you very soon with a new video. Bye.